This is the lead-in to the first session you will have as a coach for your struggling brother in Christ. What I like to do going into any session is pray that the Lord will use me as He sees fit to lead this brother to become in tune with the Spirit, because this is very serious and emotionally taxing going into it. I used to think that this was just 1 hour a week and that I was just serving my brother, but the attacks from the enemy are very real going into this. The enemy does not want you and your brother to meet at all, and he does not want your brother to take one step into freedom. So you've got all of that pressing against you going in, and being prayed up is super important. Also, prior going into the session, I go back through and review all of the discussion questions that we are scheduled to cover during our time together. I personally have gone through and highlighted several discussion questions that I like to talk about. I always lead by asking him which discussion questions he would like to talk about or the content within the book that he would like to discuss. However, if the conversation tends to stagnate a little bit, then I will move to the discussion questions I highlighted and ask him what he put down for an answer. On that stagnating, that's okay actually. And I encourage you to embrace the pause and just wait, because when that happens, the Spirit might be moving inside of him. Depending on the brother, he might be thinking about something the Lord is pressing on his heart. One thing I like to bring with me to this first session are all of my answers to the discussion questions that I've written out in a journal. I do recommend brothers write out their answers in a journal or type them out on a Word document or Pages document where they have plenty of space and time to sit down and focus on what the discussion question is and answer it thoroughly. On the PDFs and workbooks, there is not enough space to do so. I like to bring my journal of discussion question answers. That way they physically see that I have answered all of the questions. That way we as coaches are leading by example, and we are not asking a brother to do something that we have not already done ourselves. I always bring the book with me that we are using so you can have it as a reference if he refers to a page number that really stood out to him. That is preparing to go into the first session. Next, we will have myself and a simulated struggling brother in Christ sit down and conduct a mock coaching session so you all can see an example of what a coaching session could look like.